you want to make this version, then click here. For this bow headband, there are 4 different sizes, baby to adult. In this video, I'm making the adult pattern, so if you want to make one of the other sizes, then you need to download the written pattern. I put the link underneath this video, so click on it, download it, and follow along with me. The materials that you need are size 3 or 4 light worsted weight yarn. If it's on the thinner side, then hold the yarn double. If it's not, then just use 1 strand of yarn. Size US 8 straight knitting needles, and a tapestry needle to sew and weave your ends. Okay, so I'm holding my yarn double because I'm using worsted weight yarn. If you're using chunky, then you don't have to. Now we're going to cast on. So I leave a long tail and I make a slip knot. So I just cross my yarn and I grab the one underneath and I pull. Now we have a hole and I get my yarn. Okay, and now we're going to cast on. So this counts as 1. This is how I hold it. Put my index finger and thumb and I pull my yarn apart and hold it with my other fingers. Then I come over and I pick this one up, go back on this side and go through. Okay, move it again, pick it up, bring it around and go in the middle. Slide it off. Now we have 3. Okay, so you just keep doing that till you have 18 stitches. Now that I have 18, I turn my work over and I slip the first stitch. And then I go through the front and the back of the next stitch. Make sure you have your working yarn and not your tail. And then bring your yarn around counterclockwise. Come through and up and then take it off. So from front to back, bring your yarn over and around and off. Just like that. Okay, now we turn it over, and then we do it again. Slip our first stitch, and then come and knit our second one, and all the rest of them. And then you just keep doing this until it's your desired length. You can measure your child's head. Just be aware that it stretches a little bit. So you might want to make it smaller than your head by like an inch, because the garter stitch makes it stretch. But here are some measurements if you are unsure how long you need it to make it. Alright, and there you go. This is how you make the headband part. Alright, this is what mine looks like. It is 17 inches long, unstretched. Okay, so now we need to bind off, and my tail end is on the left side. So yours should be 2, if you want it to look nice in the front on the top and bottom edge. So to bind off, you first knit 2. Then you grab your first stitch and you pull it over your second one and off the needle. Now we need to knit another one because we need 2 stitches on the right needle. And then we pick up our first stitch, pull it over our second, and off the needle. Alright, so do this all the way to the end. Okay, and then I just pull this out enough for me to weave the ends. Get my scissors. And then I pull off the rest of the yarn. And there we go. Okay, after you sew your headband together, now we need to make the bow. So it's the exact same thing. You cast on 18 stitches. I made mine 6 inches long and 18 ridges. Alright, so this is how we bind off our bow. We knit 2, and then we grab our first stitch, we bring it on top of our second and over it and off of our needle. Now we need another stitch, so let's knit the next one and do the same thing. Get our first stitch and bring it over, just like that. Okay. All the way to the end. So I'm left with 1 stitch on my needle. And I cut it, then I pull the yarn through, and there you go. Now we have our bow. Let's weave in our ends. So I have my yarn in a tapestry needle, and what you do is go through your stitches. Okay. And then I go back through different stitches. And kind of make sure it's hidden. And then you cut. Okay, do it on this side now. Alright, so I made my bow 8 inches. Now we need to make the loop. So to make the loop, we're going to cast on 8. And I am only using 1 strand. You can use both if you want, but it just doesn't need to be thick. knit for 5 inches, and bind off. Okay, so put your bow on top of your headband where the two ends meet. Wrap your loop around them like this and sew your loop ends together, and you're done. I hope you had fun and enjoyed watching this video. If you did and you want to make something else with me, then here are some options. Or you can just go to my page and look at all of my other videos.